because mano noya eko di record na ono osane carry asino wey aye record edika ono mano noya ensa etimi akanra ono edi sa record no na aye 17 minutes per eno this record no and into for the best 73 minutes no na Bamutin omo bo aye 10 against 11 and akobase ne tantaya o say go back edema baliva ko team na Bamutin team na antimi antisaka eno enso etime ko say Bamutin team no oru na ne din ade chasa hurricane one title asanso ahwere no say ohwe no mo say ono ebetime age aye titles ne be ade asiri national no so etime akoso a enya asam kitwa kwa detia ne say oru na ne din ade chasa mano noya ono ko di sansem hunu no eko di san record akoso no o say fam to jasenra ono na akoso team no anam sem prisa game na bibiansie nanka banyan ebetime ase game a eno enso etime akoso na makoba so no eko di reda ene ekoba so mo enso etime lusu sa game a eno etime akoso nto pacho opa Bamutin supporters na chao opa players na chao say nay eno etime nam no so a ono etime di record eno ewo game eno enso etime akoso a yete enwasem na tuta ye live ewo Facebook no so Angela from Kumasi 96.1 Angela from Kumasi 96.0 Facebook no so obe join na fe ensam no enso etime atoja e Manchester no maso etime akoso a yete enwasem na tuta sanso ena betime join e wo chese YouTube no so eno eye talk more GH ho na oso etime join e me de ensam no enso etime atoja e ma moso etime ati de tia ne se wo ko eno ewo chese ensem no etime kaye atoja se African best no ade chese was abekoso no ene dodo na fusa brantia niti enso ade chamola Lukman ono eno so chese what no enso ade sini na so de ade senya me ya duma eno aye manta yasim no ne de tosuma kuma ko dunsia ena ayesa was night no enso nebetime atoto omo say yen front to just abekoso Morocco eno aye chese Marrakecha ayesa juwete no enso nebetime akoso na omo say front to just hotel eno aye moving pig aye hotel no ani chese moving pig Marrakech no ena ayesa juwete no enso koso a yete enwasem na atujente o say make data say the be drew her yebetimo place aya wodu mu na enoma so etime akoso a enya asem kitwa kwa ye life ewo tese ayen tentafire ne so eno aye Facebook ne so Angela from Kumasi 96.1 sanso na YouTube ne so ye life a ye din sam na tuja namum ye Angela from Focus to ho eho ena tese ye bodwa ye de tese so no ede mamo na no maso etime akoso ubetime afa ha enam sam edum na ye kire ya adwene a ye be maso akire wa adwene na no maso etime akoso kama eni tino ani Angela from Asia ya ena ye tie edition no enso etime diamamo na enoma so etime akoso a yete ehwo asem na tuja sesai wokom eno aye PSG boboko no ayada se kata omna beto team ne since omoto team no na omoda so ba ko pa de se ometime ate aye Champions League ade so omna so eno a chance from to just kata 2022 World Cup eno etime koso no ombetime a hosting ye na no maso etime koso eno etime abem e Manchester ma host sa tournament eno etime koso after no so ade hunu a na so munsa kan Champions League no omunsa entime anka Diamensa kanisa katafo no omo pese team no omo ton because omo ya dia imfa wacha say coach ben and also omo den players also omo to omo na dika top player ne bu ode e wa saso so eno eye Neymar da Silva Santos na eye 2 million wacha say 222 million and Neymar da Silva Santos omo de to no omo ya Champions League omo timi nyebi na omo sem omo jiri se dia na duru no enya dia Champions League ni betimi aba eni ta adomata so PSG team no we are ready so obeto no ometo team no edi amount na yesoko eye Doha se team no aso mayo mani edi free sa team no so dia be se bia omfa ho biem a chesa no nso chesa dia ba ye de sa asem no enso na team dia tuja e ma moso matimi ate e wo twemade de so nyame atoma ene match sabekoso ye de sa games no ade bamo na enoma so etimi akoso kama na sesen ohete na games a nyame atoma no enso boso de atoja se Ruben Amorim ball ena fe Mikel Arteta ena Asia and your match at that from cry, and the other side came to one some no, and no answer let him the Twitter, and Mamma Sumatimate, our Jumadian so, not the Tiana say, Sauram, I was a Senamia to my son Macha, and no answer Basua, or another thing at the Luxor, Akakupra, Nasa Luxor, I was a footballer, so Jabo, say, I deal your general and Chelsea. Nancy and Oba, your Fusan can answer Kaba, what him no, Obo Mat Bakumi and Miansa, yes, I could see a Sakupra, I ask some Cassiani, na se Martino, on to me and Siakai, and not the Satan of Boisino, na Omuram, I was just a lantern, Nanamia to my son came, and na Oma Bomasa came na Cosino. Second is a Lenny Joro. Now, or Catimno, answer Sanano, I like his Lenny Yoro. I bet you, I can't add Matimno, now I know my so at Macasua, yet I want some no Nadia Twitter, now look so the American. Unim say, Oran Obama is about 10 years in you, and I what the Adiamasa Club. Now, I yes, 10 years I went to know, dear Betches and matches our bono, and you're 50% off. Matches are not so poor Edema Manchester, and it is 10 years, number of matches are not so look so. Ebo Edema Manchester United, no, and I'm plenty. I have 50%, and no atmosphere can Edema team now, and no Chelsea Orano, or Soprano, entering football, no, say Obejaba Onya Bontem, not as on Pajuma Fufro, just a coaching, and Abe Roma, no Romuntem, say a no Fufro, Abe Roma, not as a no answer Romuntem, na and no Maso Etima Kosua, yet they and want some there Twitter, and Mamma Sumatimate, I would to Marian so. Now, Orana, the day, and the Chasa Mikela Tata, on the coach and the team, and the Chasa Amorim. Omakasan Edia first gamer, Yamia Tumano, and so personal ansana. Yavako, a coaches in sense of the Sino, a branch on the team, Adam no Sam Mazurawi, or no energy player of the Manta, Eddie City in the month of November, no, Bueno deserve, and I'm said, Bola, what ball, I was a mountain, no, and your pocket talk to deserve, say, or no estimate, are you player of the Mountain, and so Eddie City in Asua, yet and was some there Twitter, Yabaka Timmy Tata, on in a buffy. I was a game and Yamia to my no answer Basua. Yet they are to Jamamosino, Matimate, our Timadian so. Now, Mikala Teta, with a young searcher for Ora, Nidin added as a Rubin Amorim. Na young father Samarim Diano, and Fanti Jombusa Uranus Penny. Na Yamia to my Anana Jim, only Arsena, and a Asia kind. Sama to a wawa kase, a matter as so passing Sabe coach him no. I feel a game na no share. Nasa game no, say now soon Urana say, young Fantuja, as a storm in the beba, watch us here. Na the entire orchestra storm in the bebano, and it's a oya there. Manchester team na fair no more say. Oba yente on send any time be our bet him there training no and it no a drum maybe and no more bad thing at the Manchester a drum maybe so no more bareful at the Manchester team no na a Manchester team just a coach here o breye pa but I can be so omu hwanu say enana day o metima baby at the Manchester supporters no na no maso etima kosi Ruben Amorim yentie no.
I don't know if you use that expression, but we are going to have difficult moments, and we will be found out in some games, and I know that because I'm knowing my players, and I know football, and I follow football, so I understand the difference between the teams. I know it's really hard to be a Manchester United coach and say these things in press conference. We want to win all the time, no matter what. We are going to try to win, but we know that we are in a different point if you compare to Arsenal. So it is what it is.
My coach at the day Ruben Amorim or they are to yet they want some no match force and a match no a match no bad in your patches and ya asam kita kwento omu no mu say omu ebetimi ase na omase na eno maso atimi akoso e this asam no eno anso atimi e dey atuja e ma maso matimi ate e wo dwumade so mesa paso na me this game no asam no eno anso atimi atuja me ko pass team no eno pass for 2 mire na tese ya chichi team nate na say no matches ekoso omo bought 3 matches na Barca a draw back up na omo lose 3 another 2 games eno etima cause enra na game ni more ten na Barca etimi ya adwuma no e matches omo se kama kuma ko enuma e ya desa Mallorca team no omo etimi ateka back a ya de ehwo asem na tuta enra owura na the team ade tese e Hans Flick ni offside trap no e ya adwuma baku bi de atifa so eno na de tese Mallorca for goal no enso etimi ba na mom no de me saka ne se enra game eno etimi cross no say enana offside na city Mallorca aya makuma kudu ba ko ene 11 offside ena Mallorca team no enso etima ye Barca obanya ba kokura enta no Chelsea eno Barcelona team no na just a trap no ma set ye pa na anya sem kitwa ko ene wasem no eno enso etim dia tuja na se Barca for some darling boy ene Lamine Yamal eno me so bi tiem se coach asa 5 onyi ye Messi ni mfirimu se let's akwa no so koko pra eya mane bokase pa de ma Barca team no ye started season no was started 12 matches and the ma Barca or started game Barca and lose game e wala liga ni 12 matches ni nya Barca o ma win ni nyina eno eye coach ne din enso ade tanasa branch ne din ade Lamine Yamal and ye din wasam dia tuta 4 matches one started and former Barca no 4 matches no Barcelona abo draw back o ma lusu miensa na cheso wura no sa one start ya eya sem kase pa e ma Barcelona team no a chese no eya sem a ye de atuja e ma musuma timete enra e ma te course no o mo ball e wo eye punu eye stadium San Moisho e na sa game na course supporters o mo di Barca no na o mo ye 270 supporters e na o mo di Barca enra o mo kwata team na chi Emma, omu enso etime sesa game enu enso etime koso na Barca team nyame atoma omebo game e de tie Betis sa game no sino e Benito Villamarin ho sa e wono so eye pro Lions Den e de ma Barca omukwa eya na chese eno man sedan ko ye kura enfoma Barca team Barca fo no omu ba bi omukwa eya na chese team pa Celta Vigo fo fie Real Sociedad fo fie e na fe Benito Villamarin ene Betis omu fie Barca fo kwa ya omu prepa sa game no Diamensa kan se supporters ombedi Barca team na tie kono eno aye 500 supporters eno ombedi Barca team no enso ngati atimi akwa ye de enwansem na tuja na some matches eno ekoso Barca e boy nyame ya duma na Madrid esi kan no se obahwa enya clubs ni nya na ball la liga nim nemum sa clubs na omukwakobo e wo Super Cup nyame ya duma no eye January e be koso e wo chese Saudi Arabia onum no eno mo class matches na e dia free ho matches e be koso no Bilbao be sia kan Barcelona be sia kan Mallorca and Madrid omunyina be sia kan e wo sa games e be koso e wo Saudi Arabia and e wo so mo clear omu matches no e free ho kwansana sa game no enso etima Barca nunti ena sa 2 teams no enkwa na bo eye sa 2 matches anu enso ekosua ye de ehwo asam no ade atuta ema bosuma timi ate e wo dwumade ne so na enra on se Lamine Yamal enenya penalty ema Barca omutaki chise lead no na game no eye 1-1 ena ko Barca nya penalty Rafinha enso eba ne ko 2-1 edema Barca team no the tiene se sa penalty ni to no Rafinha ekofaye eno de Lamine Yamal so panyini na nse wo se go ache asese ne de o ye na mom go ne ba ya te ene nteje ne pia bi do to atena na ena Rafinha kasa asem tell Lamine Yamal kasa masa wo na ye striker una se goes no una captain team no what I say bobo ne say ena ko ba say eye Lamine Yamal enso deny sa penalty no sen ko no enso etime ba ye de ehwo asem na tuta ye busa Rafinha say ena wo say go no na wo fi eye Barca bad no edi entia ase mfantu ta say he Barcelona team ne dana kuma so na wo kana na kuma so last year eno man ko ye dear Barca supporters dinner time ekase one free team ni man kwa di omudi baye no ni nyina ti otena team nim ema na se o se gosa e wo so che Barca supporters ni se club no edana kuma so nti se o se go bia obefe batch no o se go bia obefe batch no eno ensema Rafinha efri ni se batch se ye dis asem no enso etim dia tuta ema musuma timati enra Lamine Yamal assist no ɛyɛ trivela masa akoa no ɔde ne n'akyi saa no ɛna twa pass no ɛde ma kyɛ sɛ Rafinha ɔbɔ no sɛ yɛ wonim sɛ this year ɛyɛ 3 assists ɛna ɔde ne n'akyi kyɛ sɛ ɛtwa pass Samoa mo Facebook no so no Samoa Facebook no so a mo ba wo kwa na kyɛ sɛ Lamine Yamal ɛfa so yɛ saa assist no this year omene Villarreal Oya sa assist nebi Edima Rafinha Omuni Espanyol Oya assist nebi Edima Dani Olmo and then wasan so the same assister Odiama Rafinha and Rafinha no just a boy no or can sister they seen so and just no aye dear bar yet and one some students I would join a Facebook kuniswa way aye just or no aye trivela sister or no and so etimayano and yet and one some no and so etimia Twitter and Mama Sumatimate ye why you call Real Madrid team no near the Mostory no and so at him their Twitter say in the city Nyamia to my I was San Mames barrier match where any match at that from Nico Williams. Basa supporters in here him say and then obey to my inaki they were pra and it is a game no and ya do obey to Messia kind and so that him the team no and it in Oyahan sunset and it just a Nico Williams mo say Basa for him say and then we do Massimo mo say draw crowd there yeah say boy young way now when you draw here Basa was saying Umefanisa na adeba kwa enyema Basa supporters and say since the year 2015 Madrid enko San Mames enko fa lose that since 2015 and no aye 9 matches in a row Madrid enko San Mames enko fa lose and from a fear it doesn't Madrid ever win and also metro nyame aduma and the match and also personal Madrid supporters and among the Mbappe etimi na akwano na say eno man said enko ye fama no ba nyame adoma enana ji Mbappe e wo so si form e ma wiase nyina wo say akwana ba ata sanya kitoka fini de ne ho nya nto no ene ti sa game no enya do betime se akan enso natim de matim no eno train na course no abranta ne den ade Jude Bellingham o train ye na Bellingham match a mo boy na say against Setafe oni goalkeeper the day at David Soria eko kraseye e match say abrante ne top form no na ne nso pire no and in second half wentimi amabiem ene diamensa kan say owura no ne ho ato no nyame atoma ene anadwe match pass against Atletico Bilbao no Bellingham enso ebesia kan e de amatim na yete enho asem na Twitter matese coach na ne and it as a Carlo Ancelotti obese ode Tchouameni enso e boss a game the massa match be say yemfa ni agro what you say Tchouameni no say oba na say oye fitter e was so many ball enti no yemfa sa match be say ni agro and it nanatwe Diamensa kan say Tchouameni obesia kan e dia matim no after say den wasem no area Twitter lineup are likely as a Madrid Eddie Ramuno o Faber so benya dia to Facebook no so dia momua nam ya to so Madrid lineup no Diamensa kan say Thibaut Courtois and the best to post him Eddie Matim no Lucas Vazquez Raul Asensio and afe Anthony Rudiger omu and the best to Eddie Matim no Frank Garcia e best to Federico Valverde Aurelien Tchouameni and afe Jude Bellingham e wa attack Brahim Diaz ebe started sa game no Rodrigo the goals started and afe aye Kylian Mbappe obesa jersey number 9 no na just already attack e dey my team na ya this our story no and so etim dey Twitter e ma so matim ate dia tia ne say owura na ne tin and so ade chese Nelson Valverde on the coaching Atletico Bilbao team no there mo amujiri se league no obi agye no masa ontimi ntane sa Barca fo twim na nsen e ma tese kaka Madrid omu e close owura ne se mfanto just empo se kobasa se sie ka say Madrid at the 7 points etwe aye Barca mo a eno nchese league ni Madrid agye mo mfanto tirim sa na ose mfanto just Real Madrid team no omu exceptional players and into kaso bayre bakwa ubansa bakwa trinity oka so bayre we so ata se de ho asem na Twitter na yenye sa story fa Vinicius to eye Facebook no so mame na so benya ne sika na Saudi Arabia for ne de command and say na akwa so beko menko meko masa ehun sem bebre atese eno anso beto twa no unim se de kan say Saudi Arabia for ne koto Vinicius anim say o mabo 5 years am famu o man 1 billion euros masa ebi kwa daso o kase Kadia Kadisano, 1 billion year Caribisa Daso, and Omuka Sen, Omudeba Vini, and into Omajisicano, na Anomaso, Entimi and Kosukama, and Omusa Kacha Madrid say Madrid say, Omeje 500 million euros. Ometia Sicano, Ediama Chesa Madrid, na Omafa Vinicius Junior, Edeniko Saudi Arabia, Nanoma Swetimia Ora Nani, and it was Romain Molina, Ora Makacho say. Ebanu enhwehwemu pa masa onimadwuma brutal e watches aye France wo na eno na jo ena Romain Molina sase se odi sa stories no enso pa de yensa kan se de di kan wura no enso letima ne ba ne se owura ne se enfam tuta enso ase Vinicius Junior ene na ntourage no omun sesa o matwene na the last time we came be catch us say yes on na ntourage no omu pese omu kwaji sika no 1 billion euros there hey say sika we ubetimi abobo madu no ka de nyina unya say sika no and it any opportunity about 1 billion aba the entina bekas on konkwaje and it say omu consider seriously Sakobasa nyame ya atuma nasama sakonya ne ba ne so mkasa still sika ne taho a sevini kasa obekọ akwaje a emane nyonwanwa eno ne twesa asema dikan dia mensa kan say for 1 month nie yesen komotwetwe guso ekoso eno aye Saudi aye Arabia fo no ene twesa vini camp atesen omudin komose de baya obetimi ne sa boy no enso etimi af ometimi afa no na no maso etimi akoso dia esai asem no Emma just as some nobody was a boy no obetimi akọ and say Barca na top player on the board ne pa 222 million na yes Florentino Perez say what the ever fan say we say yes Madrid and a yard here no kure Champions League match be more La Liga o match more and a titles so in Madrid and it is a Madrid team no and at the yard we say Nasa Kubasa Madrid atom player that's a 500 million euros what the Henify into Uran say just also consider seriously some obetimi atom player nebo day with the history of football 500 years, every take about 100 years, and son will be quite me breaking no, and on and just a summer after I don't want some to and some of the atuta, the kind. And it's a Vini, and then to Rajane consider, say Omeko Saudi Arabia, the Asanso Tosso, and it's Sampuno, Abrantiano, Ankasa, and Conforno, Omu Kasa, and Alfe Ura, Niti Florentino Perez, so ever so to play and a board thing, Emma no Masu Etime Kosua, Yate and once I'm known, and so Etimedia Twitter, Emma Mosumetimati, or Jumedenisua, and Yakatoko, and West Ham, Omulusu game Adema, Ruth Van Nistelrooy, na Enra. Game no question now West Ham supporters I told them the momo coach you are getting sacked in the morning. You are getting sacked in the morning. And opetutu ya I was say jaw kwan emauko na yakobusa coach Julio Lopetegui say ote say supporters say you are getting sacked in the morning. Coach ni say amfanto just say ono na coach dia mo kanon onte na season e kwa na wie ya ene behu enti coach ne say obetimi atane situation no na no maso etimi akoso entiense ma coach o coach West Ham team no or the tuja. Okay, Yerasa Yensa Beka voice no na fe enoma enso etimi akoso ayede wansam no eno enso etimi atuta eno akudu se giram badamfa Leicester choma kam yensa omu etimi atekani bako ema enoma so etimi akoso a yede enwansam na atuta yeberasa voice no aye ready Julio Lopetegui ose kwambia so obetimi atani situation no e dey ama West Ham
the fans singing you're getting sacked in the morning. Did you hear that, and what can you understand why they were chanting that? What's your response?
I am a coach. I am not aware about what happened around me. I am focused in the match. In the end of the season, maybe we have talked in other way. There are a lot of matches in front of us, a lot of points, a lot of things that happened, and I repeat, I believe in these players, I believe in the team. The only thing that I am worried now is to go tomorrow in the training session and to stand up the players and to prepare the next challenge. But in the same way,
and no, I am some coach and a day a day Julian Lepetegu or no any coach West Ham team the Kudus Mama team no and Urano at the San Sam no idea to just say your season near Baba can was some say Umber told you say you are getting sacked in the morning as some winner Liverpool supporters Jumonum got to be the no. You are getting sacked in the morning, dear Massa. Many the piano pesoti say it's not a two pamo. And no, and it's a summer, and no, and some getting a banana can about to say many times at the Sergio Concesao or no Elmatagatenon. Say akonya betoma omu ebetimi afano na ono aba betini tuma area ma westama medisa story no enso etime betuja ema moso etimete ewo dwumade ne so na se dia mensa kan se owura ne din ade chese Maxi Allegri ono ekochi Juventus team no yes ono so o ma target ne se ko base ayele petegu omu twane kwan ama sa coach no akra sa two managers no and omu hwanu se omu sabetimi aka ye de enwasem na to dwamade ya to dase Manchester United omu any Arsenal and Nana G na ludacris sister Manchester team say Arsenal debia obema 100 Ghana cedis Montreal fanto mo recording fanto na ye hwese de no ma ebesi akọ na say Diamensa kan ene say yase Arsenal supporters na omu de sa LGBTQ+ omu support no ye from aye gay Ghana na say gay for no asa supporters na kese omu de omu ye mema bet omu so omu ware omu ba omu ware oba eyo omu yanku bema eno mbe ware no omu ato omu din say gay Ghanaians ene asa supporters no omu se mfanto kese ene anadwi e wo say wiase nya support gay for and it has a lesbian for what you say a manta omatu asu atese omde boss afon ho ban discrimination yatuma e wi ase de ope na wo ye wo de also be ware oba ware no ba mo de omuso be ware be ma because so no pay what type banku hard one ba me temini di ye obi adi mu obi adi kokoko what you say to obi ape and at so ye and into us supporters ne say ye fan to just say gay for no and lesbian for no LGBTQ+ for no I was here support to Nanaji na enoma so etime kosua ye de ehwo asem na tuja magay na so de papa eno amebeka che say omubo game edit ya Newcastle United Emma sa Rainbow Ambana omudi so supported yama ayesa LGBTQ+ for no we captain e wo Premier League ni ma e wo say obo na ono no bone dia no akwatwere ho I love you Jesus e de agu ema meka to say wan hwa o metwe na so dia mensa ka enwawia na e twese F4 ne 10 nse masa saa de na wo ye no ye mpese ye betwe waso na akwakofa nse ma because say ye twe waso se sie ya ewia se ebe soro agina e defend e twese wo actor onso atimenti eye warning e de ma na obi o ma warning no na eno na jo omusa ne Ipswich Town e si akan a where they want to I love you Jesus so we not try Jesus love you bakuno so to nyame ba we dey so nyame domo nti gay for munyai what just say owura no o preach gospel na no o say Jesus love you enti mo a LGBTQ+ for no munya sa de na mo nyame domo just say no and it just magay nsem no Attitude, yade and one some emetive for young Chelsea Kakrabi. Na yamfa almost story no enfant tuja. Chelsea they say, am I a dancer? Me jai, I'm a don summer. Na what was so adi and some no and so at me abonia bejafono. E baba be ransom nim. Dear mensa can say ko Palmer. Sisi America say, Orano, Chese aka ayampunon, aye go back na Orano in a calendar year. There was a ghost at the Toyama Chelsea. At Sanon, aye 36, aye ghost involvement, no, na ayura. Nidin and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank on no side in the year 2001 Owura naka go back up and asempun assist back up now where you call it aye Owura no recorder one no enso etimi asset edia to last year say your boss 13 matches our Premier League nim say Chelsea points are almost see America say Manchester no 25 points no 13 matches I bono almost last year Chelsea added 19 matches and then 25 points. And at Chelsea for say, hey, and last year tosses a season, and this year league in Amusia to me, you better me league in Amana, Archers no, I Chelsea supporters no, and Omini Southampton, Omesa the points in me at the account, Southampton there, Chelsea Beso Mofala, and no Aya Mata, and no Ebetima Kosua, yet they and one some Twitter, oh, Facebook Kunisua, and what Chelsea a training be. Now, I yes, I training course, almost say a blind fault training. Now, I yes, I draws na omuyano. On say players in this year come war, Ibianumu, I said, a Tebisa, sa channel, Omedia Kata, Omutidia Kata money, and into Ube Bia and Okrabono, and into Saoya draws near the man Tentia Benicha say, a be at Yasuasa, Saud the firm, Nessa, one farm Pima. Nature say unimetuma pa acha say enya asem kitwa omde yakato mati say o Facebook niso a ubon wa asem ayakan owura ne din enso de chese ko pama masa wono asa nani no chese aye be duasa o de yakata nani ba ko pama de fa de ma de no empem ko pama de obi anu say de ntia o say ghost no enso etim na ma Chelsea Joe Felix ono so ya ne de e ma no Chelsea na Chelsea aye fan e wo training grounds wa ye de e ho asem na Twitter Chelsea force yam fan Twitter and some that say de ntia o musi league no o mun ti menye ne say afa ne o December ento mo turn to aye match nim ho ena o mbe position o muta ena points at Chelsea agata say eduru ho na Chelsea enya more points a mo beti o munka say eduru ho that's a Chelsea edge your boss that just so mo makoma no tum kakero say eso mo so mo kono loki say eduru match ne say still na de gina na da so gina de a o mbe sase akasa ye pa ema no maso etimi akoso comment boss say the city na bet ubetimi atone ewo yen channel no so na all side egu ono onso watimi afa us ne bi
na twetwen komo kakra be 2 minutes
oh fantastic
once na 2 big games Liverpool and Bilbao
Liverpool ne Liverpool born Newcastle
okay na Arsenal
and Arsenal Manchester United
Bilbao
and
Real Madrid ye betim penim for be 2 minutes na
oh yes
ya betim Morgan ne big
channel na obeso for us na the number no na join the channel no number is 0244 885 101 0244 885 101 and your channel number no offer na wetimi join na fe also dey gu no onso wetimi afa alternatively aye talk more GH ewo YouTube no so join wa ubetimi afa e dey afa aye channel no na enoma so etimi akose boss
yes join live on Facebook Angel FM Kumasi 96.1 yes sorry at 12 for Alibaba the breaking news ebebremo etia no ma hye ne nso ama me quality and attain and kan enche big better say Morgan atase whiskey and empanimfo antwetwe nkomo kakra yes check mic le ma me hwe na yenko se edemu a na yeni nkomo kakra yes
hello boss
yes whiskey de to nka
me to nka yama tiefo aten ne omama kwa on fami primo first half on Angel 96.1 mensa ka me papa ba ko e wo fidie mo pani yamu akwa ba fami primo first half on Angel 96.1
Ebajo panyi ma ne so kakra ma whiskey in 2 minutes ye kwa no
na and Manchester ebo Arsenal Real Madrid ebo Atletico Bilbao o prediction is a wine and eshe Manchester beshe no first prediction akwa the Manchester United team no opani kwasi appear right and no one wa first half on Angel 96.1 and anyway 2 big games Manchester Arsenal Bilbao Real Madrid o prediction is a quick
me de me mpa ebo na ne se ende United be Arsenal na Chelsea Southampton na Chelsea akoda second ho me mpa ebo na no me da wase
yes one wo free baby woni baby o free ba opani me mu akwa ba on Angel 96.1 first half Manchester Arsenal Real Madrid Atletico Bilbao minti prediction
me Joseph me dia ne benda kobu ana pe me da mase me dia me Liverpool ni na dia me kan se Edena Madrid be winning ball no. Ena Arsenal ne Man U so. Me pese Man U so e winning match no. Me da se.
Eti Mr. Ben Jacobu and I watch me at and come with Median so me name papa any nkomo memo akwa on Angel 96.1 on first half Jumediano and now prediction Manchester versus Arsenal, Real Madrid versus Atletico Bilbao. Opening why NHN number
Manchester Beshe
Manchester Beshe
and Real Madrid Beshe
Real Madrid so Beshe and I am a prediction now. You go so ya de Emma ya think Crawford nkyere meba ho unia memo akwa ba mapiem Angel 96.1 first half Jumedian was go so wutie Manchester Arsenal Real Madrid versus Atletico Bilbao why NHN na wie Madrid Beshe Arsenal so Beshe okay unia na also o prediction no and e kwasai
oh my prediction there boko e come say Arsenal
mo mamo ne so ma
Omo underrated Arsenal by this season we ye be league no into ye win ye United
Madrid and Soro Bilbao nso we
e dey Madrid nso be win
Madrid nso be win
ye league no this season Madrid 4
enti Arsenal league Madrid league
fa ba ko bi so na me
Mamenta ba ko bi mfa so pani first half any e dia bro no Arsenal any Manchester Bilbao any Real Madrid why any e na nwumre
Man U Beshe.
Man U Beshe.
I'm also going Barcelona nti me besa ma do lose ne.
There's agenda boys na no more boss. Yam fa ba ko penso so prediction quick Manchester versus Arsenal Atletico Bilbao versus Real Madrid yanko.
Besa Arsenal say by na ba say this second year. I have a draw. Obi ani able na odi ko game. Tinu just be do bet ya go be besa Arsenal ponse na yanye enko.
Enti obi ba sha asanse ne mo wono de ohun ni se ade no ebetimi aye draw eno aye kakra ye de etumo ni
amanfo ani abro
yankwa ka ni traffic na bi traffic na bi boss
yes whiskey medal se mesa ba hobie morgan akwaba yes yenhwem kakra be mam fa nto dwa se opanyini bi ne MPP card ena fe ne Ghana card ayira e free talk kam ena driver ni no de abrɛ Edian was so a Boadi Misty Johnson. Wadaroma, se utie o card na babedia. Etibomodiana Ebra Angel FM na ebefa MPP card. Ehia ye pa na Ghana card nso ehia. Etibabi awobia tutumrika kana ofro ye refratum. Driver no de aba Angel nti fast na Ebra beje. Morgan ntio.
Yeah, Dom, I'm in now, and I'm in Chobio, and can be live on Angel FM Kumasi 96.1, and I sign live, and so our YouTube, that is Talk More GH on YouTube. Dom, I mentioned the biggest match ever that is between Arsenal and then Manchester United. Also, times have changed, and yesterday the match we are discussing here, and can be discussing the biggest fixture over the EPL calendars because you heard time that the EPL started way back in 1992. Ever see this time between these two teams now, any debate on any other day. Obeka's away and the biggest fixture because during the time of Arsene Wenger, during the time of Sir Alex Ferguson, these are coaches making sure say two teams try somebody dominating the Premier League in this modern era. But this is the time a period Mikel Arteta and I said this month exactly 5 years about to the helm of Arsenal Football Club. Obeshia a certain Ruben Amorim. I don't know there or you're just about less than 1 month into the regime. Until they all try say compare now per the level of consistency here. I'm not adding say with me matching these two clubs because Ocean Man United crowd for instance since Alex Ferguson no coach and it's me about more than 3 years. So definitely I'm lacking consistency. And now about to the side of Arsenal. I'm not competing for the title for the past 2 seasons. And even this season, now we'll be able to say where an opportunity, especially say yeah, witness a Man City say omo echo to a slump no. Nanka Arsenal and Ebianka omo lead by now. But unfortunately for them no, I don't go into a mini slump and Yema enkoye mom. But we are Man United supporter. Now also who go into this game at least who are that right to say who hopes very high. Because Ruben Amorim as a coach no was here Arsenal paying. That is about 2 years ago in the Europa League. No Shamono or making sure say both games did now and in a draw. And eventually, Osan a winning on penalties. So Osan go to the other side. When I said before, say Obesan moving to Arsenal. Osan the opportunity. I will share a game against Man City. You know, Man City are big boys in the game right now. Instead, they out to me brushing Man City aside by 4-1. Yeah, that is a clear manifestation, sir. Ebia, we are ready for the big boys. Although, say, time now, Odi was Sporting Lisbon, no, and no Bono, I'm going to build a solid team, where a new Man United team altogether. But I'm sure, say, tactically, Ebia, we are United supporter, or more that legitimate drive, say, Ebia, never be Yamon. But don't say about a week or two ago, and I had there Arsenal, a boy game against Sporting. That was the very big match. Nanka, I'm not Man United, I had there Pereira Asia. So definitely, I did acquire who was that game. You say that same template. Nanka Ruben Amorim using no, and no be a Pereira using it. And in that game, Arsenal making sure say Omu dominating as goal no as goals with that emphatic scoreline. Now trademark and as Adiba Akwa Ateta here in the right me say or try say or best stretchy game no. You know kaya Sporting about with the back three. So Omu defend here, they defend with a back five. And so Mikel Arteta and the men no almost try say best stretchy game no almost stretchy game no more the likes of Martinelli inverted because the more now stretchy game no the more now spaces and so back into the game and only idea about and then Ruben Amorim and so ever setting up 3 at the back and probably Obian in the way of defender when I say about 4 at the back or at 5 at the back but the situation may be Arsenal a demonstration here who say we a coach and I say we a team now power with 3 at the back and I say who defender was 5 at the back omo that and what draw and I say omo that remedy no internally at the back yes but say you be who in this game instead there we are Ruben Amorim and then my expectation is say sign of me aside dealing with Arsenal inverted fullbacks no number 2 number 3 omo ina every run fifi ho no more try say omo numbers no adults one sign na Ruben Amorim ebesi asa aye the best action the pressing what I say a man to man or not I don't see that one yastic I feel say and also bet me determine the outcome of the game. Then another main point I feel say a bet me the biggest talking point of the game you say sign na Ruben Amorim I best stop it Arsenal fluidity. Now Arsenal fluidity no Bernard's at the right side of attack no because initially the back na Arsenal struggle a couple of times Adbana Martin Odegaard and now available no but since say or buy into the picture be more free injury buy no nyama na asesa at the Arsenal Football Club because Osha or one person or combination on the right open the likes of Timber open the likes of Saka open the likes of even Havertz Trumpa or Timmy Estabet drop it no much be forming a square on the right side of Arsenal some more attack here in I feel say Arsenal echo into this game no where any the biggest channel I'll bet media creative chances at the amount. Now don't see I check Odegaard influencer. Make us say oh you're so amazing because initially only Arsenal airball. Now say if you have Saka on the right and not over reliance no endorse because on no pet and about that creative outlet. But with Odegaard no only be Arsenal able into the game. So but I feel say the biggest idea I bet you call in favor of Arsenal Football Club. You know for Ruben Amorim so there and assistant. Or say, or you're the right guy, or say in terms of coaching, as a new coach, but your Taka say the next guy is the right guy. It's the next guy being the right guy. No, well, I know bet me near because Oba, no, fortunately for him, make I say, what him a couple of matches. I serve it as a grace period, Emmanuel. When he came against Ipswich, on the bottom of the table, Bodo Glimt in the Europa League, then Obetia Everton. I know demolish Everton by 4-0. But when a big match, when I bet me describing and say an A-lister match. It's an A-lister match no. Ruben Amorim, the preparations no, and as a means no per se, omunya da cohesion no. Level ne du hana. Don't if I so me be that question I feel say onya knew that level. But I'm not sure say the United supporters no. Ever see a man. Definitely on your time. But that's what I first say on your time in no. The so to me be exceptional and into neighbor say obet me with the storm. On one person I can ask him. Or say there's going to be a timer or I waiting the storm. They are waiting the storm and they say or be an A-lister match in there. But we United supporters who are because you have several glimpses of hope are able to the side of Man United. Even Rashford and all struggle after so about 30 goals or so about 2 seasons ago. No. Who won the game are all but this time around that. Amazing game no. Obi Waka say Rashford Ayobia, they bia say new manager bia ba or feel the effects of the new manager bounce. You will be a brave Vanga by now as an 18-year-old or a schoolboy or to be quite a choice and ba no better as a football club. That was one situation. But you about Mourinho time and a crown pono not on your starter. But say of free bench cry Ebano. No more about 3 goals in 4 appearances. In 10 years, I will check Rashford F4 my picking right now. Don't because of the new manager bounce. But I have the feeling say Abia way ever since the scenario. And now Rashford and compete me amount that 30 goals no. You be the same way. And then one important thing, I never feel say obeti me asa I am very pivotal. I want set up Joshua Zexi. About the very first game against Ipswich, or struggle. It's not being him say, Abia and Kefine Equadier, or by a peripheral figure. But coach, no, I'm making sure say that role. I know, see, I can't, I'm a Bologna, that role, now that false 9, no, I know Obono. I know be a coach, and I try say, okay, or you know, you don't say the images be cry about on Facebook. There's a first image, we saw image, no, almost or drop it, but central midfielder. Now other players, say Rashford, no. Don't know when you have the opportunity to say, or more invert, I could create chances. So one say inverting us or be answering in the chair. Don't know as a drop here, a pass. I just say this time and they don't. These are also points a bit in favor of club by your friend Arsenal. But I feel say the consistency side there on the side of Arsenal. Arsenal are more consistent and then Abia or winning game way against Ruben Amorim done. And now they are beating me because already 6 out of 9 games Arteta are victorious in that one.
But that's Morgan. Biggie, into you.
NGT for Nemo Makwaba Angela Film Kumasi 96.1. But me join your platforms on Facebook and on YouTube. Talk More GH TOKMOGH. Hala number 0244885101 0244885101. Near Fanka platforms in also. Boss player some years 2-3 years ago no be a say Adia is see Todd Ball in Baghdad Ekbali and you say to me aye a winning project the ama Chelsea no na come say sani suadi hunu enya dia ebe to me materialize because young players are not di bam no na enya dia these young players to me anya some level of consistency in the world of football. Kopama onya consistency on to me more be 1 full season 2 full seasons watch send the more mono Ewosro Enzo Fernandez no about just 6 months of European football Disasi Badiashil. These were players no one shadanye known to football lovers but come here said this season sa plan na eda our brother friend Todboli and Baghdad Ekbali and so no sa plan no able to me materialize with Enzo Maresca at the helm of affairs. And then team my friend in Chelsea ever quite body at Tia Southampton but Osha be a Chelsea team no either on the Premier League table it will shock you because Chelsea are ahead of Manchester City no be at to almost say on Beji League you know Chelsea and Arsenal are on the same point and Arsenal team no be any say they could compete Manchester City for the league. It shows you say Enzo Maresca Juma Pa at the Manchester Football Club. This was a coach not all but Chelsea no not man for brain particularly me because Pochettino Juma what about I won the first season no some adaptation period what me with the players now what me about a final at the Chelsea team way aqua European football that is the Conference League you know na ya dia kwa Pochettino time ama ne to aso go bet me aye normal at the team friend Chelsea but penifo who say he is not the right man for the project and to call Leicester City no form head coach Enzo Maresca they came under scrutiny but it seems say that decision no muteki it is the right decision. Boss player free say Enzo Maresca buy adia ba kwa wa yin say we developing these young players. Yes, last season Cucurella and Modemo near Casa Cucurella inconsistent near Casa Cucurella asa come here say match day be a boy no near Sri Cucurella compare that Cucurella last season to that Cucurella this season Ubo say it's Saye Bebriabum Cucurella improving on the ball and off the ball. Yes, Moises Caicedo free Brighton and the Deserbi none of the more so. But make I say in the English Premier League top 5 DMs na Caicedo count but last season he didn't get the best of time our Chelsea Football Club in terms Enzo Maresca and then Open one of the most performing defensive midfielders in the top 5 European leagues. Oh, to me, more top 3. Abraham Moises Caicedo on free. Improving these players. Enzo Fernandez now all go through a bad part. When the past 3 matches, I come here say what we are finding a suitable role at the Enzo Fernandez all performing. Yes, Nicolas Jackson last season near criticizing the one war firm by Nicolas Jackson and the brother friend Enzo Maresca. The ball are all ball on the ball, the pressing of the ball, the ability in position, and now quite the ultimate Asia goals at the count. It's Enzo Maresca certainly what we are improving these young boys are on the best football. But most importantly, Enzo Maresca is instilling a tactical framework ultimately Chelsea for no at the bubble. Now you could say Chelsea our a tactical identity on the bubble. And this Pochettino DB young to America be working on the ball more. But under Maresca who say Chelsea for working on the ball under this tactical framework. And no maybe woman Enzo Maresca am a fepa Bako the variation in our attacking shape no. And come here say Enzo Maresca 3-2-5 attacking shape no as the BI who changes. The BI who at the full and what my who say 3-2-5 no or to me adapting depending on the out of possession structure of team now on the Kwakushian. This is top notch from a brighter friend Enzo Maresca. Boss player Omumacha Omuboti Leicester City. You will suffer Fana and another the starting right back. Obo Enzo and Caicedo at the double pivot and Odi João Felix Ebo at the left wing. You quadru pack no so no. Now Kobian him say, Bia and no maybe best Samba Cucurella I invert into the attacking line. But one sa for final right back at back line him and no pushing Cucurella. So Onun Congo holding the weight on the left wing. So the Enzo and a better friend Caicedo will be the double pivot. João Felix will invert in the left half space. Not to mention the 3-2-5. In the course of the match, you will see Opushi Enzo Fernandez at the quad attacking line. I'm more of a 3-1-6 or a 3-1-5-1. The main reason is that Opesonia more bodies in between the lines, not the breaking Leicester for a compact block. And we came fantastically for team friend Chelsea. Omunya that win. Yagwa and Raya and Rechia against Aston Villa. Against Aston Villa, you will see Ostati Caicedo as a right back. And what they are brought here, Pedro Neto, Lavia, and they are brought here, Enzo Fernandez about that double pivot. You could do match in him. It's a saya about Minister Caicedo from right back, ever inverted into the double pivot. Cucurella and Kabak lane, not just a Pedro Neto, Jadon Sancho, and who do the weight. It's one who variation from Leicester City, the left back and the who do weight. But to Aston Villa, the left back and Kabak lane, these are variations. Enzo Maresca, Eddie Connie 3-2-5. So, coach, attacking shape, variations, Womusea, and you're difficult to prepare against that coach. Because only partner or deba, you against West Ham, we saw a fullback inverting to the double pivot. Now Cucurella inverting to the double pivot. You who say against Team Efrano, Liverpool, Abrante Efrano, Malo Gusto inverting on the attacking line. It's 2 variations, no. Fullback into double pivot, fullback into attacking line. 2 variations. Another variation is a fullback hold do the weight. Another variation, 3 variations. And Adanuso, you who say all summer fullback back line Nabako asa inverting into the double pivot. This is top notch from my brother friend Enzo Maresca. So under that tactical framework, we can see a variation in that 3-2-5 now. Or they back team my friend Chelsea no. After some ball Aston Villa no. Me and my brother make check the pass per defensive action of Chelsea Football Club. On that day, now I is 7.9. So it shows you say the pressing and counter pressing of Chelsea Football Club against Aston Villa was top notch. About say compact behind the ball, near making sure say opponents need to mean catching on the counter attacker. Enzo Maresca making sure, and a Kwame making sure he set up a good rest defense. Send the player Aston Villa to me more counter attack. That rest defense, one Omulusu ya, they will be the first to the ball. No matter to me started that counter pressing action, no matter to me regaining that ball back. And nothing who say omo pressing intensity I was through it will move final third omo usual 3-2-5 and better than 2-3-5. Kukurela or Kabakla him or pushing a call pivot no. Send about to me providing overlapping runs, but at the same time, obey the first person. Obey reacting, such as Elusubona, a for the man. You will say Aston Villa Hotsromo, they were unable to start their counter attacks because of that compact race defense now. Enzo Maresca at the end, and the pressing or making sure say, Obey starting from a zona, not their command to man with the position of Abrache Freno, Pedro Neto. You will say Pedro Neto, not only working on both the centre back and the full back. In this case, a 2v1 against Pedro Neto. It's pressing, you bet me breaking, but he made sure say Caicedo is always ready to jump on the full back. So Aston Villa, you might be say, locate to full back now. It's Enzo Maresca, boss player. Although say it is early days in the season, but what to me exceed the expectations. But now on the Chelsea ball, the development of these young players, to me I'm expecting say a net or make me Southampton no man continue moving around. Oh guys say the cast almost can do a woman no almost the na for power. It is up but some run into the top four. They should be winning these matches. It's I'm expecting say Enzo Maresca ever continue every new matches, not just continue on form with the great football boss player on mobile.
But that's it. Big trending news. Whiskey until
boss, first up on 96.1 and now and that breaking news I in second. And it's a former Asante Kotoko striker Solomon Safu Taylor. And the cast me a clear say and China got a company for Edequadan GFA said double registration at me Akosoma ban Ekoma Solomon Safu Taylor. Now Abranta no Koko PMO Court of Arbitration for Sports cast. Now Solomon Safu Taylor ko and then I'm paying 40-minute verdict about my clan says double registration at target I am the corner ban last April. I'm paying for ban man and penny for at my class Solomon Safotela. I'm associated was a resume back to the career. One of I can breaking news in second and say Solomon Safotela cast
not double registration
double registration now in second.
There are two local clubs and a foreign club can which you debate me about Boa. Now you said the city and the double registration homes and some no. I mean here details kakra.
Now you two local clubs.
Yes. It should do more details on Solomon Safotela issue.
Don, the only say as at the time all free club from Kerala United back upon they believe say na contract no ebiaka woman so say they believe say
on checking the mic in my so kasa den mai
okay Don the American say na as at the time all free club from Kerala United back Krobiano. Now they believe that there was still some of the remaining contractor ne woman so 70 Satana Kerala United are registered and I got to so as a club so now don't almost be registered and then I'm on forecast a double registration.
It's not all contract for Kerala.
And then only yes.
And also sign my protocol.
Yes.
Okay. Yentuaso.
And Solomon Safu Taylor and the court of arbitration for sports cast. One month to me a clear boy. No now boss. Young I trending news number 2. Stone boy. Yeah in tini our can as I football no there or also the nano to was a locally based players no. Yan invite somewhere Black Stars no. Was it Black Stars? And Sudan Black Stars in Niger. Kruma last game now. Your boy I team qualifying or say a needless foreign based players na invite some Salmon Borges ka ekoye no or say needless ebeya kayem fama na was here this game no emma the locally based players the players omo has aduana kono no yam fa sa game no fama no more because locally based players no must deserve it say betima mo call up e Black Stars no trending news number 3 and now pay yan kopia mu e kopia president Edoma Rugby African Rugby Association Africa open France Herbert Mensah brebi atom no kotoko adwuma na Herbert Mensah say the area and it's a country like Ghana a brebi atom na you afraid the Brazilians of Africa na you call afona derby you call Commonwealth Games at derby you call Olympics at derby na minister edit team echo Ivory Coast na you say my budget or they call minister team Ghana for him with the taxpayers money na minister team catch us them call Afcon neba and son of my accountability at the achiramono was a idea entry na no am so Emma open France Herbert Mensah describe football in Ghana as a political sport was say a sport of politicians na for a whole mudi do minusika And Herbert Mensah at describe football as a political sport. Our Ghana, what James Bibia and Yajuma in terms of sports here. Ghana no Bibia at Jaguna Tada. Or Penna France say Okopia Tada or no president or Ghana. Now Wakasa their football. Was it Obia Osha football? Now you should 2 hours of your time on weekends. Why you Juma throughout the 5 days? Now on weekends and only 2 hours of your time. At na se baller sabi no wo hu se nyansa bia nim esansa wo time no e ya de ba ko esombo yenti ensa ma cheda e de two jade fa sansa ya Vinicius ma yenti ensa ma cheda e de two jade fa football loving fans on.
That first of all, if you spend 2 hours watching football almost every 2 days, in a year you would have spent 1,000 hours of your time or 500 hours of your time watching football. That somebody is getting paid $500,000 a week, but you watch them for free and pay your hours into it, okay? And I don't think that's a good investment because your time is your most important asset. That you have to use it sensibly. But what I would do for sports, which I think we're lacking, that will stop people from just watching and not being a part of the industry, is to start to infuse sports right into our educational system by partnering with people who are specialized on that.
Okay. But one can say weekends is him. Voice na mete and man this can say no 2 hours weekends or say 2 hours.
2 hours of your time.
Of your time. But or you're specific with timeline and obes watch no 2 hours no a week or a month. Vinicius repeat the voice in my
repeat the voice in my.
First of all, if you spend 2 hours watching football almost every 2 days, in a year you would have spent 1,000 hours of your time or 500 hours of your time watching football. That somebody is getting paid $500,000 a week, but you watch them for free and pay your hours into it, okay? And I don't think that's a good investment because your time is your most. First of all, if you spend 2 hours watching football almost every 2 days, in a year you would have spent 1,000 hours of your time or 500 hours of your time watching football. That somebody is getting paid $500,000 a week, but you watch them for free and pay your hours into it, okay? And I don't think that's a good investment because your time is your most important.
Baby, I'm a person metino. I shall see and be on a may minimum this or here. No, 2 days and I have
yes. Done 2 days. Now,
which can we say?
Don't our educational.
With all due respect, Chada, Nyamia Toninsem, Oyesikani, or your default. But, Semi say, and no, Sassamy or Kainame to Abaman cry. Men coming to Abaman. Don't, as I'm now calling him the Oka. He doesn't understand what he's saying. See, Okromo, Chada, what Tojata on if so
yeah.
Don't there be no minyan don't me sama me me try dey me person me can say me don't
yeah in a personal
me we open you let me see me go no personal way he did it also personal to some of us don't me
and yes some of us as some no you have to contextualize the whole thing
okay
we football who adwuma is wadwuma we on football
okay
it there's nothing like unwe football
okay
but the likes of Todd Bowley Baghdad Ekbali
yeah
Omo investor abeto to Liverpool no how many times na unzo mu stadium horrible
okay done
how many times omo jai omo businesses net na horrible
yes
that a hono na ubetimi ahwe but what we football there nobody can tell you not to watch football and look an chinchina football administration if you are not the coach keto kreku entimi kan chem say there be our matches
yeah
because be there juma bia obesa we to betimi ahwe in contest
so let me leave that one out
yes because Dr. Ting only business. Aye. Dr. Osekwame despite only business. Yeah. You can't tell me say every 2 hours of omu weekend no more the matches. Yeah. Because on one matches are only business or yeah only time crowd for Sadia.
Okay.
Baby as we into football, deep into football.
So you see why
no,
but I understand.
No. Obia or Nade, Obia or Mua Unifi. I don't know Obia Poncha or Penono.
Okay. So Nado. Honest why in a Juma we no say out of Majuma my area within a week. Maybe 2 days, and 4 hours. What is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. Again, let's look at the ordinary Ghanaian who sells. Doesn't even understand the ecosystem when it comes to football. Someone who wants to lead this country. Do you know unemployment rate what football does for those people? Wouldn't be done.
That is what I'm saying. Say he doesn't understand what he said.
Unemployment rate on football.
Yes. Yes.
On can omo claps afa omo bomi etu omoka. Or can obi to say ben etiwe. No, I spend it 2 hours. I was stadium. No, I jana juma ho. No, I co invest in the time kakra no de be juma. No, the akotna stadium. No, sorry, no, ba wa ko tueska. Waja wa juma ho one. We lose no mama you know. What say time? Waja wa juma ho. Okay, what I ko tueska. Abe san faka e na abe fi. Ben dia na ben enya.
At the end of the day, Ben.
Henji, me dem better me sie ne ye. Wo de employment omo mu ko he born into omuka
the michemo
and you can say unemployment rate e fa de cheddar kan ne ho a wo the place e ba be shame any administrators but or kan omo mu he
I'm not bringing players
no but what's happening is say omo a football
yeah
ama omo adwuma ye
yes
e wo memu any omo a say bia ye gu football mu nya adwuma no is of no consequence e wo the all kan
it does. Let me finish, you understand. No, I know ye obo ben din Ben Koy and a driver in no far Ben. At the end of the day, Ben, I'm a driver in this car. Don't your 20 was stadium no. I make unemployment rate no better 20. Ben real stadium was 20. So on the day, Ben and stadium. I am mobile man and Quanco Shas. I need to
20 stadium only day.
And oh, David don't. Why do we say Sagan? Why do we say Omar? Sagana host 2 tournaments or Chromwa. Yes, Ghana, yes,
okay.
I am just saying, football, you will never be able to. You will be almost shadow, only be behind also watch it. You will be also done business side, no. I'm always sad. And such a one on one bar. Don't condemn it, don't make it sound as Obi Obe spending 2 hours of his time, Arabobia or a Koshini. He doesn't know what he's doing. You are a man for Chroma Don. And you almost catch a cheddar baby, almost. Chada na ebi oyela ebi etin nkadon you are man for yesika for the four e kromu they go to stadium and watch matches chada sika wanya bia onu omo
every so underline every
don't every
and yes obi hwe match every
yes also twice a week
tina na mbeze metie
and also we can go twice a week we have 7 days within a week. Let's calculate the hours of the time you do adwuma within that 7 days. Now out of the 7 days, or you assume 2 days. 2 days because we use 2 hours. We have 24 hours within a week. Within a day. And 2 hours free 24 ma. I got 22. We are Koshini. Adabi. And you'll be on a bit as a watcher. 80 football need you done. You'll be more in leisure time. Said you'll be on the leisure time. I'll go golf park. I'll go golf. I'll be on TV. I'll go for so better TV. I am more. So I believe, sir, it is something a man for so a bit of a year, a the whole week away, or the easy pressure, stress, on in and out for both in so many ways. So we should not make it sound on a bad. There are a lot of the guys who only and majority of the people who are going to vote for him, being the youth, you know. And say because but that is not the case.
Okay.
And media wanted to I disagree with him.
Into
Semete Chadasiya. Don, I think as somebody I was seeking to be president of Ghana, no, who address economic issue. On him say economy, no, and Yoma Akko Basa Amasisia, Opesoya president, you need to attend to sa economic situation, no. Don, the Metias, yes, Obetimi Akasemete, posting be our say. So we analysis in now, one way, over 1,000 hours of your time, over spending within a year. Wabra can be able to be a year, Juma be profitable. That is how he sees it. But now let me come back to football. I dear friend football idea today, no. Say na minimum component, no. Football component, no. Meaning says supporting a part of football, you know. As without supporters, you know, ball name to me console. It is a bobo biana, as at any point in time. You want supporters because we agree, say support based in the crack players. Therefore, we cannot play football without supporters. And supporters, you know, quite a number of so as we have that investment of paying money, whether by fare, by gate fee, or whatever, to go and watch. But don't. So be a card, you know, say too much. Because he underlined the word too much of our time into that act, you know. Done. the fact is that Ophil said and yet the best investment for that one alone. May I agree with him because it will be done on daily basis. If only football are available, Eduarda, Ebrada, Ukiada, every day almost on 2 hours, you know, the Pakron spending about 14 hours.
My example be the last time now age in a top I've seen last week, Saturday. Guy be Supragia.
Okay.
My friend or Bahama 1-2 better and scintillate me free now, my friend. Also, me correct Chelsea born. Wow. Abba.
Okay.
Me we are free near Shia.
Okay.
Obi a uchi Pragia.
Within your working period.
Saturday, Chelsea be ball 4. Your US sports may year rounds be me free me fro be a bear 3:30 thereabout. My friend also over Chelsea bone you heavy na me were around that.
Wow.
Near Shia fix it, the SC fix it. I think say these are the people they refer to.
And that is why I say I agree with him. Because to a point, you know, working time be any panel year Jumano. Now we die at the correct ball. In as much as football also goes with supporters. Don't and you're different from they say Ben Paton, Ben here Juma our bank. Why here Juma from Monday to Friday? No, for Saturday and relaxation time. It's Namiko trust Nami easy the pressure from Monday to Friday. I think nobody can fault men on any grounds. And you're part of the human body, say, as a unya some entertaining action be a easy pressure. But I think Shada is speaking to Obia day in and day out, every day, every moment. Don't boys no mucha bet, you know. I'm telling you, there are people now. No muye Jumabia, a support to Omuye pa. Jeff, say I'm no say. They are not even attending to a Jumano. From an opa to a numre to an ajo, they are on the betting slip. And he said, yes, sir. Sir, at the end of how and get the right investment in the sense that you'll be investing hours and you're profitable at any time. But all the same, as a leader, don't the American chat to say nobody can work 24 hours. Abrochentes are 8 hours. And before you go, you 12 hours, 16 hours. Bronin himself, me 8 hours we are, but contribute to the nation, to the economy of the nation. The rest of me hours, you know, and relaxation. Many family bet me a kotra, me a bet me a kotra, TV and him, now me enjoy football. It's all these play parts, I will nipa, your development team. But I think underline weather, Mr. Kevin, and when I say, he made emphatically a point that so over you should time now. That is where on no problem. And he calculated to give us 1,000 hours within a year. So the course came with Juma hours and a big time money. So he thinks that and get the right investment. Said the Oka say, Prageni, Adentina, time wa meet it any, Metradi, Mr. Chelsea Bobo. No, that is my work. And then I'm a DDD, now I'm a Jumano, now I'm a Chelsea Bono. At my working hours, because we that's a bani a media. Done, a Yansa and Asabi. I think say on that ground, you know. Okay. Yeah, part we are in balance in the canopy nasi on air radio monso can found.
Well done, me feel say so pen credit na can credit ubenya or me say ubi defended. But the bottom line is betting na cramp na Ghana no and I will yes no productivity above form. Born na yes no productivity above form. Because at the point in time, we are EPA, we are 2, we are 4, we are 5. We be there to my ball. And my productivity come from. And one wasn't working. It is over. One fan is idea. And here was it. Ebini said the last time I said the way I see Ghana for no. Ebini have been no. Yes, bit messy. Didn't make us Black Stars ever bought Ghana. Not in Benford to take it. Say what you are not take her ball. Tio. Abre also good to escape her ball. Never for to take it. Yes, Angela from Moody, catch me from Moody, and you'll be any day. Munchama support a ball. I did also not to take it on your ball. Any last summer. It's a sinner. Black Stars, the book on to take it down. Fonts and court. And no, I idea, I have a bonnet and say time. 2. They say, Ebatoba. And tears in second, say, political parties now be as a Oba. So we to go to Oba. Babadi can go to Hina uti wefa America what no about to your right or toba and you can say my casket to toba. I was there pretty said nobody should take money before go to toba for what? Who toba for world development? And me this go MP, MPA or MP and toba there. And you're right.
enti Ghana for no e say o ma try ne kure no o pen kure but ne kure be ka kire wo me o ma me sika me me gisi nkoto ba me koto ba because me
say no e be see cheddar de ne so
e be chi say mo me enti ne kure no so jimo ha you don't unfed man to nkwe ball e say you look at young boy say boy we call a video center o to he ball me wan ro ye adwuma na ba me you dia we ye adwuma don koi ye production na we furu say ko chess match na ba de ko kutin you dia unum nyansa so we kwase enti so o wuntie dia o mama say me kwa me show ne don on sabotage la issue no issue ni say abra o kotoko no and na mpon say free ho no the second coming of Professor Ogum na place bu ha o mu hia enti kotoko mo let say yentimi no nto so nya adwuma then o feel say or control the asante kotoko enya nwieye enti kotoko to pay him off the contract naka no ena ko yes issue no now assembly co players committee that there the report say obi from kotoko expect go every for na say ni di yemienu sabutele no use no o say another day bi o use ho enti mbefo nyina so enti na call ho na penfo no yeden abandon 1 year so much the lines because o use di mienu enya se no ha na wo ha o use di mienu and own club and a report no and a no kotoko
na report
say o use di mienu
it wasn't about say bia
there be say no
Karela na enwu
no we kotoko player and players are yenti no management no monko but on feel say ono no o professional saka 6 months chairman ko and that team every on team tia enti no ho na whisper blue abi whisper e ma yeta no de call cast na cast amani kwa say obetimi ade on je lines is not for money ball temporary o we are on betinenka enti that is the issue enti sanete don me issue ba ko ne say on the 6th of September 2024 National Sports Authority closes down Baba Yara Sports Stadium for renovation works after Black Stars defeat to Angola. Kumasi Sports Stadium on the 24 on the 6 September 2024 any tomb early September until September October November and na benfo no ebie ama SHF on the bobo nti efa say almost 3 months me worry ne say ukọ Baba Sports be say am no kase ya bibia nkoso ho
to aye to mu ni nyina
bibia nkoso ho baby also uplift stadium no man do standard be a tele be say welcome qualifiers e betime be we kuma say o metima ye no o ma nya adwuma ho pitch na so o mo ye so adwuma na pitch no e be standard no o ma pitch no fu ya e no ma doso o ma nya so adwuma say ya tum se ko ya adwuma enti in the first place say o nya so adwuma o tum ma sante ko bobo obuase ayin ko cost be na no o say be na o nya so adwuma no for so me ba so now a dientina yentimi enkuro so Baba Sports Stadium na so VIP section na be bu agu ho a near uplifting on esini foforo na meet modern standard stadium that bia no FIFA qualifies AFCON qualifies ma bono dientina yentimi nye eno me call the VIP section of Baba Sports Stadium done center wo ho no camp no ultimate for about 2-3 minutes VIP section wa baby be for tell hebo baby ma panyi ba o tell hebo glass so say glass uya ye pon festival omo be am kotena e koma no enu bibi kakra uwura ho a untimi nteno emfuturo ne enkunani na no tese e friends mo na mo de so go so e wo enkunani don ukwo dress room a omanya hwe wo dress room de tie
okay
enti busa se enti qualifiers na se kuma se mo bi mu ha na sesen because mutum se mu renovation anya park kwa renovation no facility no so renovation me no ka say still ancronis one in soto a nyini gum no ankure da sisi the same sport wo it means that no da so in soto and so me say legiaba enti de no mu yi na o ma kotoko away kotoko o bo and so be kuma sene nya ka koto a meanwhile wo anya hwe and out to stadium no enti me busa say de enti de no mu yesa
mate
ye bobo e classico uko anoko stadium a pitch na yellow so enti NSF for no pejo money mum
na me ntio na ye ne amamfo nsu ni nkomo kakra
for car about Savutela de no and no kind na Charles Opon no be in event Charles Opon but me issue ni ba me nya pictures bi ana Obia United no picture na mo de to ho se e ono ano ene oba kotoko o Savutela no na aso almost kakra but I believe say emra na ya djuma so mo fu say player no onye double registration. I believe say that's the way to go because a basa don't kill play an ankasa kill no player we see a can do kotoko na ofi kotoko na fei ofi kotoko we are onye team bia nkombo because of say issue abano if you say omatima clear it there I think say the best way to go but don't one thing is say eno a tie din nkomo bi about Tuado na the mate report on say can say Oto kono be kono a bad thing because on say election time sports minister any information and the last time a weekend Asante Chum Henry ekwedi nkomo joy from Oka say maybe atwam ompamo Milovan ama omo prefinance ye etua $100,000 edema Milova because oromo kwa cast after say pamo milo no efefo no ekwo share ministry no no money ready so me to make 2 years can ma efefo no edema Milovan enti omo na 2 years kan de ma milo ema milo ko e be sin there seska no omo nya ntua momo de me catch so to ado call eso ko no so betima kwa e say $2 million edema otuado ansa na wetima ko now no can say because of baby election na do no the sports minister and the efefo ni nya nsiampo sa omo ko dwene ho say yampamo otuado manenko so therefore so betima share sports minister I did say after the election don't after election so no say abeko MPP abeko NDC omo win election we are handing over 7th of next month January omo we are after my appointment of ministers don't omo appointed we are I did say February after the appointment and sana the sports minister beba either say ebe MPP and as NDC no omo tima ko share GF4 no ma discuss about the sacking of Otuado don't it we process American ya it means Otto no yenu February no that's why you coach and don't Satam no opamo Otuado to see ya coach now say ban our less than a month to play Ghana game our World Cup qualifiers don't so therefore the sacking of Otuado no and just so simple sir because opamo Otuado e dey mo pay as efa eso man kesa prefinance tua $2 million said tua ma Milovan maybe atwam no and now omani says kana ombetima tua ma Otuado eso mo share ministry omo so ye campaigner omani town for football see yi enti after election no I did say the oba bia no omo ko share omo no ma appoint minister bia wi a omo akogye no say yempa mo Otuado ana say yema ntena the way and it say the F4 no I disservice to the nation almost a contract don't sign a contract contract a bit my benefit again for you now don't come and do this time because man the contract just say so I'm my dear over second without paying don't be a different story but woman the contract here what permanent pono who said to got $2 million and my coach or buyer or my business performance don't it how incompetent you are this F4 omoye all that ayoma be an incompetency from second kokosiapia ebesi the last of Sika Konomo so eba besi Otuado so all the yoma say be a contract omo sanya don omo de how ebro my Ghana and nay coach obaya what 6 matches ya onya 3 points home 3 games onya 1 point no yet means saki because of say the incompetency of Ketokeku anti-man sign contract ya ebet ma bua Ghana for nyina don't be say do baby ever do say you think pamo Otuado and now you sakene so a omutimi invest says Ghana omutimi tuama coach no okay so how no nyina no don abata Ghana for so and it say Ketokreku team dreams FC ana ofa coach bi a oba wetin ya adwuma na don and ka o man sa contract na enei okwa utimi sake no bene Ghana for no baby asa contract abeduru a yetimi sake Otuado no and he say you bet ma sake nim pa and this February after the election after the new sports minister no ma ko meeting no ma dwene ho say yentua ska ne ma Otuado man nko ana say don ye mo to entoa so eno ense see entu again na utie me now dwene say Oto beko within this month ya don udi agro February and son of ma decide say onko ana say on trust don na wo nya adwuma don sama
me da say what's kid din komo kakra na afi yenye na yensori na Ali Baba meto aso
opani memo akwa ba mepi mo first half Angel FM 96.1 ensem ni pi ana wate se yedi ho nkomo otuado beko otuado wonko safotila ne kotoko nsensem me hwe ba bia wo fa wo de afiri na kire wa adwene enko
adwene se wonko madwene se wonko de
wadon tren so otuado nko
wabon pa onima de
otuado abon ene opani na adwene kire onua what say ya can pi otuado nsensem we fa ha we kwa dia wote ye no dia na wo piki dia frame wo asama na wo ka otuado nko ana se wontena
bacha dia asama make as otuado nko
onko onyade onua otu onfo otu nyeden
efa na nya hwe onko wache
otu ache no mo nso mo pretetem no nso e
omo pretetem no
efefo na se mo tetem
moaye omo diga na ska o
sa
ebia mu moaye omo nko
wase omo nko eno kakra mensa kan ewodwumadi no so na onua yedi nkomo pi otuado nsensem utra ha wat bebre asamben ana wo dia wo kan wo ka fan
me ka fa chedade no chedade no
chedade ne yanko
famba bi no kre na famba bi nso no enye no kre youth no ebinom enye omu nyina youth no enye ebinom enye omu nyina ebin take your time serious
o say youth no ebin take your time serious enti obabi wo ho a chada ewo no kre obabi wa chada ni no kre onua chada asamaba otuado asamaba kotoko asamaba ehefa na wo fa de free quick ni enko
meme de ne ye afi ho no ena na me ka se afi fo ngasa me ni wo ma am koyi afi mpenefo no ye hwese sia ya da bia se obi ba am kofa ko chi bia ba later no onya de no ma pam no asa ba gi esika na je so mo munim de ekwaso da da o me je ni pa no kofa na emwa no mo za kofa be nti ni nyina firi afi fo no o mo nyina from the minister of football e go si afi se asa ko mo nyina pa mo fo ko be bi o me ko na ye de ni pa flower omo moye
yansa ka omu ina nemu nkwasi apia enye FA president opani minti okwasi opani afrane say otuado ebiso wonko ebiso wontena kotoko nsensem ba ene nsem bebre no wate no han fa na wo fa wo de afri
that's wicked kakra me kan say na senior shuke kan say me say baba la ye tu mu na echi no sisi bia no aye den e course na etimi tena kromu aye sa ne ma wedi a na say easy say chiwo ebetimi de sika tu mi no atwa because say ya tu mu say ye adwuma na ye be kɔ na say adwuma bia nkoso a ndi 3 months no nanka sabio aban timi nya bibi kakra in free stadium wonom enti adwembɔne na ahye ti wo kroma ne de ye nya ya ye be bless amen
ya nya ya adwembɔne na ye be bless opani wati bebre otuado kotoko stadium nsensem ye hwe ba bia wo fa de afri
mini amida ase sesia na Jeff di betu dwa se baba yara se de mpanyufo tu mu ka se ye nsesi oho no de tia na tie oho ye ti krom hia mahwa ma kotoko akoduru obo ase akose sika e de aye nnwuma oho mo bie ya nie na sitie no enu na sitie enti mo de ya dwene ye dai Jeff eni mpanyufo e de no mpese o mo de timemfo ya dwene ye ye ne se ye pe football ye ni je ho mo nya de ni yie na ye be hwa ye ni je no odo e de abehwa de no a no ma ye ntoka media me otuado de first one kan first day e so oba no ma nya ntumu da because ono mi hunu so onye coach a omo Ghana ba no kra bi nti a omo nkanti no e be kwa kofa na ba se de bia obi benya bi adie na odi ahwe ne yire ne ma net mamufo de se de ye brensa na ye brent mi nua se yanse se ya adwene de a se de mi nua kan Ghana si ya na be ko me da se ba mi nua
obi se no kra ye mpenti na ye dru ha sei obani mene wonni nkomo ye ni nkomo ate bebre ye se stadium ya tum ya anya ni ye otuado ye se wonko ye se wontena kotoko nsensem wo ka de na afa ho
beja meka kakra meka ne se ye sports minister omo adwuma na omo ye no omo nya ni ye ene okra ku ne otuado nyina no ye se cycle mu nyina fidi afi ho omo ko efi so muni mua bia o betim de aboa wo ma Ghana football enti ese ye cycle okra ku eni na chita afo na otuado nyina afi ho no dem waka no
Inte wasa kete kura kune ne titafo ni na yampamo mu ina emfa emfiro na yampamo mu ina emfa emfiro yamfa ba konfa nso na yenko yamfa ba konfa nso na yenko yenhwe eye trotro ni mu aye trotro ni mu a se yebetima na obi ni na di nkomo a driver ye ne wodi nkomo a ye so otu ado Black Stars won kwa na asa won tena
omumpamo no
wanya de won otu ado ye se yampamo no opani ni nyaade otu ado nyaade otu ado den mitio
awe
adentina awe
onye adwuma bia penfo ni nyina sak penyini bia ni ko beka
ba bi nde suka yi ko
ba ko mi ba bi nde su
kudi suka eti
so
para izela ni ko
wa ko de ko wa omumpamo bia ahead of star players ni nyina ya sak on for local players black
ko don't you when the kekire local players na kana kara kens okay ono say yam for local players no omu advocate for local players na from na otuado stone boy mu ne cabinet na yam fancy street yin fancy as boss
well tactical
boss pajo mama wish a happy birthday to me and mama nana boahima the second adumankwa hima of Sahwibekwai traditional council from the money
and I my birthday
mommy birthday
mama of Sahwibekwai traditional council and not from Kra she wish mommy sini dini subi
nana boahima nana abna boahima the second adumankwa hima of Sahwibekwai traditional area and wishing a happy birthday yamisha na onkoso Anthony Nkwen that's the boss player.
Yes, big bit as yes sorry so
yes sorry so eguso ada titafo na se because enye ji say obi tuka say obehwe so ye program ti obi oba bia de na se pa you opu say beto aso akoso na ye kama na bia
breaking news with Ali Baba it was e be san mo share bi